How difficult is it to contend with the Pelicans' size, especially without fouling?
I guess when you look at the stat sheet, you could say it's really difficult. You know, it was we had 28 personal fouls to their 12, and obviously they had 30 free throw attempts to our 10, and they had 16 of those, I think, in the fourth quarter. And you know, you give Zion credit. I mean, he is a downhill attack, puts a tremendous amount of pressure on your defense. He got there 14 times. Obviously, Brandon Ingram down the stretch showed why he was an all-star last year. We just back-to-back possessions, we gave up 3-point plays just from an inability to guard one-on-one and contain. And he finishes, draws a foul, and gets to the free throw line. And then we had 2 straight free throw line violations on 2 misses. Little plays like that definitely go into it. But we lost this game in the second quarter, 36-21. We lost the game because they flat out kicked our ass on the glass. At halftime, they doubled up our rebounding. It was 30-15. And for the game, they had rebounded us by 8. And we knew going in, Mike, that they were the number 1 offensive rebound team in the league. And if we weren't going to be able to match that physicality, it could make for a long night. And that's exactly what happened.
Next, we'll go to Harrison Wind.
Hey, Michael, I was going to ask you about the offensive rebounding. 14 of them for New Orleans. Was that just a lack of physicality, like you said, discipline, effort? Kind of, what was the biggest reason behind that, you thought?
Well, luckily, Harrison, it was 14 offensive rebounds, only for 14 points. So that could have been a lot worse than it actually was. But I think, one, you have to give them credit. You know, I don't know how many games we're into the season, but 40 games into the season, 40-something. They're number 1 in the league, and that's what they do. They eat the glass. Their best offense a lot of times is a missed shot. They're number 1 offense rebounds per game, number 1 in second chance points per game. So they do that at a high level. Steven Adams gets 7. And then a bunch of other guys get a handful here, a handful there. So it is not enough physicality. And it's not just on the bigs. I think there's this, thought out there that if Steven Adams gets 7 offensive rebounds, it's just on Nikola or Isaiah or Paul or Jermichael. We talk about gang rebounding. And if our big is engaged with Steven Adams, we need somebody else to get in the picture and help us out. And we didn't have enough of that, obviously. Michael Porter had 9 boards. Nikola Jokic had 10. We have to get much greater productivity when we play these guys next week in New Orleans if we're going to have a chance to win that rebounding battle, which, as we all know, when we do rebound the ball, we're a pretty good team.
Next, we'll go to Esteban Abed.
Hi, Coach. I know it's frustrating lose a close game like that. But considering the foul troubles in the first half and the team effort in the second to come back, do you think that physical game pay the loss tonight?
You know, foul trouble obviously didn't help us out in that first half, but no excuses. Whether we get in foul trouble or not, you know, obviously it hurts when you have foul trouble and you're without a guy like Monte or Gary. But to have a 36-21 second quarter is really what it came down to. So now you're trying to climb uphill the rest of the way. And, you know, we got lucky to beat Chicago. Let's be honest. I'll take it. It was a hell of a win. Our guys stayed with it. But, you know, our defense wasn't anywhere it needed to be in that game. And tonight, again, we did a much better job guarding the 3. But they shot 48 from the field, and they had 14 offensive rebounds. So as we go on this road trip tomorrow, starting off with the Orlando Magic, we're going to have to get back to playing a lot better than we played these last 2 games.
Next, we'll go to Vinny Benedetto.
Hey, Michael, Nikola finished with a great line, but it was another game where he kind of got off to a slower start. Part of that was staying on the floor. Is that a concern at all, or are you good with, you know, where he ends up?
I'm good with it. You know, to your point, Vinny, obviously him getting those 2 quick fouls is never a good thing for us. You know, he's when your MVP candidate is on the bench, obviously he can't help us a whole lot there. I thought early on, I think early he had like 5 assists, only took probably around 3 or 4 shots. So looking to get other guys involved. But bottom line is he's had an outstanding season. He finished with 27, 11, and 10. And he was a big part of that second half run to kind of get us back in the game and have a chance late. But, disappointing way to end this 5-game homestand, 3-2. We need to be better at home like we've been in the past. And hopefully we'll right this on this upcoming trip.
All right, Coach, we got time for one more. We'll go to Matt Moore.
Coach, the starters outscored their opponent except for Jamal with the bench unit. 2 questions. 1, was this a game where you really missed Monte more than most? And 2, you've been able to get by with small ball lineups against other opponents and you've done well in some situations. Was this one where maybe another center option would have helped?
Would Monte have helped? First question, of course. We had won, I think, 5 in a row with Monte, a healthy Monte. Before he got hurt into that Memphis game. So yes, we definitely missed Monte. He was playing at a high level and he was impacting the game at a high level and allowing us to win games. And obviously, Isaiah had been kind of in and out of the lineup. We've been playing smaller as of late, to your point. Played him tonight, knowing that they were big, they were physical, and they were really good on the glass. And I thought, he played a little under 11 minutes. I thought he gave us some decent minutes. 3 boards. But, you have to take into account each opponent you play, what they bring to the table, and what's going to give you the best chance to match up with them. And most importantly, what's going to give you the best chance to try and win. And, we've been playing really well with Paul in the lineup, and we've also played well with small ball. And we'll continue to look at that. And depending on the opponent, see which look will give us the best chance on that given night.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.